In 1989, my family traveled to Barbados, the West Indies, because that's where my husband was born and grew up. It was the first time my children were able to go and visit their grandmother and other relatives. They were about 12, 10, and 9, and they had a wonderful time swimming in the ocean and enjoying the sea breezes and looking at monkeys and flowers and all kinds of things. We had a wonderful trip. And just before we left, Glenn and I decided that we would go for a walk to the lighthouse on the East Coast. We could see it in the distance and we wanted to go visit there. It was a nice tall white lighthouse with red stripes here and there. So we decided to go alone. We left the kids back at the beach house with their uncle. And as we were walking, we noticed that there were these two big dogs, Doberman Pinschers, I think. They're about almost as tall as this giraffe here, except the head was a little lower. One of them came up to my waist. His back came up to my waist. They were huge, dark-colored dogs. And at first I was a bit afraid because these dogs are known to be attack dogs. They could rip your arm off. So I love dogs, but I was a little bit afraid of these two. So as we were walking, we noticed that these two dogs were following us. And at first, like I said, I was a bit afraid. But as we walked along, one went on my side and one went on my husband's side, like guard dogs. And I thought this was rather odd. They seemed to be friendly. They were wagging their tails. So as we walked along, we went through a district where there were some beautiful homes. And of course, these homes had big fences around them, because in Barbados, there is thievery and people go into others' yards and steal their mangoes and things like this, or go into the house and steal things. So most houses have big guard dogs, kind of like the ones that were following us. And as we went along, I realized that these dogs were protecting us. The ones on the other side of the fence were really mean looking, and they could easily jump the fence. If we had been alone, I think we might have been attacked. So we walked through the houses and we went up to the beach and the lighthouse, visited, took pictures, had a fun time. And the dogs, I was able to pet them and make friends with them. And when we were finished, we turned around and walked back down to our beach house. But as we got to the edge of the village, the dogs left us and went off to visit with another lady and her girl. And I thought, isn't it amazing? God has sent his angels to protect us, and we didn't even know we were in danger. So I'm very thankful for God's protection. And sometimes it happens even when you don't know that you're in danger, just like it did in Barbados for us.